So lots of diseases this can help, right? Hold on, guys. Sorry. So, no question, social, economic factors are dire for people sick from radiation. Hold on, guys. I'm going to take a little break. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys, talk about coughing fits. Jeez. So, during breathing exercises and meditation, levels of anti-stress hormones, GABA, melatonin, serotonin, are increased all over the body. Levels of the stress hormones, cortisol, are decreased. There are many different breathing programs. Most important thing, and we've done this together, we should probably have one of those again soon, is to relax, stay calm, and you really need to do this. Our lives are so stressful now anyway, but again, we're relating what happened at Chernobyl, right? These things worked. Diet's more difficult. Several simple cooking techniques, so actually do decrease the radionucleotide. Boil food several times, discard the water, wash food thoroughly, soak some fruits and discard the water, avoid the peels of fruits and vegetables, salt and pickle some fruits, but throw away the pickling juice. Avoid eating strong broths, butter, etc. Now remember, another way of boosting your body's detox capabilities and overall antioxidant levels is through the foods that we eat, which is key to survival, especially in all stressful times. Being on a detox diet is crucial to regaining health in a toxic environment. The extensive research and experience that we have found so far shows that those on a no-grain, low-carb, no-gluten, and non-dairy diet fare much better in general. And if you're eating milk, look up how much pus can be in there. Just saying, you shouldn't be eating it. Chronic ailments often involves an imbalance in immune defense system, which food sensitivities are involved even if they are not the cause of the problem, leading into chronic inflammation, which translates into disease. This is why it is important to undergo an elimination diet in order to balance the body's immune system. Some of our immune cells take 6 months to regenerate, so it can take that much time in order to see results if you're very sick. but often you can see positive results within the first 2 weeks on the appropriate diet for you. Elimination is just, cutting back on anything you may think is crap. Starting off with, stuff that's very, very simple, and then adding one thing at a time. If that thing feels okay to you, keep it. You know what I mean? But there's lots of them, and I do have links for that. And there's, a couple links up there for diets specifically for this. Now, everyone is different, and it is only by testing foods that we can determine our individual problem foods, right? Having said that, let me see. Sorry, guys. Okay, having said that, where the hell am I? Lost my place. See, don't message me unless it's a question. No, message me all you want. Okay. Everybody's different. Everyone has their own special needs. What they can, what they can't. I personally think no one should be eating cereals or dairy products, high processed food, because the human system is simply not constructed to digest that. What we eat is crucial in recovering our health, and it is great healing medicine when done correctly. Garlic and onions being, again, sulfur-containing foods. Actually, I'm going to list a couple too. So, garlic, broccoli, collard greens, cauliflower, kale, sulfur, right? Help bind and deactivate both the radioactive isotopes and toxic metals such as cadmium, lead, and mercury. This sulfur will help the kidneys and the liver detoxify the body, right? Now, the most direct way of decreasing nucleotide intake is to avoid foods that potentially are heavily contaminated. That seems fairly obvious, right? Consume foods which are lower levels. This is not easy to do because the average level is bioaccumulated, so it adds up. Differs in each region owing to difference in soil, agricultural techniques, all that stuff. Chernobyl experience tells us that soaking in water, boiling, salting, and pickling foods such as vegetables can decrease the amount of nucleotides in some foods several-fold. Milk always contains high levels of radiation. Processed products reduce contaminated levels such as butter, ghee butter, are safer. And ghee tastes way better. It's awesome. Have you tried that? It's yummy. Anyway, nucleotide concentrates in the visceral organs of animals, usually significantly higher muscle tissue. So, among these organs, the order of decreasing levels are lung, kidney, liver, fat. The Chernobyl experience showed that in contaminated territories, the same species of fish taken from rivers and streams have significantly lower nucleotide levels than those taken from lakes and ponds. Plant-feeding fish had 3 to 4 times lower nucleotide levels than predatory fish, so catfish, pike. Fish at lower levels of the ocean had several times more contamination than fish that live on top layers, small fry, chub. Very important to avoid radiotides in food. If they are consumed, try to eliminate them from the body as quickly as possible. In a baby, the half-life of C-137 is 14 days. 5-year-old is 21 days. 10-year-old, 49 days. Teenagers, about 90 days. Young male, about 100 days. The Chernobyl experience Well, the order of decreasing levels of C-137 were children, beef, lamb, pork. Oh, chicken. Don't eat the children. See, I'm losing it. Okay. Meats from older animals have more nucleotides than meat from younger ones because of the accumulation over time, right? Bones of young animals have more. So eggs, shell, egg white yolk. Yolk have less, shell has more. Pork and fats were not only the safest, believe it or not, but also proved to be a very healthy option for detox and healing purposes. I was shocked about this. And I'll read you more about that. Biological properties of the C-137 are very similar to those of stable potassium. Properties determine where the concentration in the body, so use of stable elements may help decrease the absorption of the nucleotides. So, calcium, right? It's good for you. Potassium's good for you. Foods rich in potassium include potatoes, beets, raisins, dried apricots, bananas, tea, nuts, lemons, and dried plums. Calcium-rich food includes butter, ghee butter, eggs, horseradish, green onions, turnip, parsley, dill, spinach, green vegetables, apples, sunflower seeds. Eat chokeberries, they're rich in iron. And rubidium, that's found in red grapes. A diet to protect against contamination should also include uncontaminated fruits and vegetables, especially those rich in pectin, like apples, to promote the elimination of these radiotides. Sleeping in complete darkness. Low melatonin production leaves you not only susceptible to radiation damage, but also leaves you vulnerable to accelerated aging, depression, and weight gain. People with lower levels of melatonin have lower immune system defense functions, less antioxidant activity, accelerated cancer cell proliferation. They also tend to have more unhealthy imbalances in the gut bacteria. But sleeping in total darkness, natural way of enhancing that secretion of melatonin at night. The room where you sleep has to be completely dark to the point of not being able to see anything. If light sleeps under your door, put a towel around the base. Cover your electric clock with something. Even the smallest light decreases melatonin secretion. If you're not able to see it, well, even if you're not able to see it with your own eyes. And just miscellaneous stuff. Neolites. These are found volcanic sedimentary rocks. It's a mineral which possesses attractive properties that contribute directly to their use in extraction of Cs and S's and all of that nuclear waste crap, the migration of radioactive fallout, but also as a dietary supplement, heavy metal detox, also has antibacterial properties and increases the immune system. It was used successfully during Chernobyl. Organic germanium protects cells exposed to cesium-137 without affecting the cellular growth or survival. Activated charcoal has the ability to absorb, neutralize radioactive substances and some toxic materials. And I do have a list of several other treatments here. Treatments for nuclear contamination, iodine treatments for radiation exposure, Green Med Info. Again, there are many ways to handle this, but I think the most important thing right now is that we are handling it. We can't ignore it. And it's happening. It's happening. Right now, right here. When a scientist who, well, in Japan, they usually kill themselves after they screw up, says this is an extinction level event and we have lost